Let's talk about what's going to be taking place tomorrow, because we are issuing a couple of first alert days for Wednesday and Thursday. High confidence in the numbers. And we do have a heat advisory out there. It's 90 on Wednesday. It's 91 on Thursday. Yeah, but you know what? With all the humidity, it's going to feel hotter than that. So what else do we have? We do have this chance for rain out there. We know the heat, the humidity, that's in place. Could be feeling like over 100 degrees in some spots. Flood alerts are in effect right now. They've been scaled back a little bit. I want to share that with you in just a moment, but there's still a chance for heavy downpours, but isolated. And that could trigger some flooding, because you don't need as much rain this time to trigger some flooding, because everything is so saturated. You know, rivers are high, reservoirs are high, the whole deal. Heat will peak on Thursday by maybe a couple of extra degrees, and there is a chance for a severe storm in the afternoon, in the morning, even in the afternoon as well. Here's your picture outside right now. It is 80 degrees. Much nicer night than what we dealt with yesterday. All right, here are the dynamics. We've got this stationary front doing its thing, staying stationary. But there's a high pressure right on its tail, and it's kind of eroding some of the activity. But we're going to watch for the chance for some of these storms to travel along into our area. I think it's going to be more isolated tomorrow, and so does the National Weather Service. Look at this. They've now scaled back on this area shaded in yellow, which is the higher risk for flash flooding. At one point today, when I started my shift and with you for the 5 o'clock news, that extended all the way in to portions of northern and central New Jersey, and now it's just nipping at Warren and Hunterdon counties. That's a good trend to be looking for. Now, granted, the green shows you still a possibility for flooding, but now it's a lower risk. This is a 1 out of 4. This is a 2 out of 4 that just barely nips at our area, like I said. So watch how it plays out in the future cast. Here we go. Overnight hours, you're doing fine. You start off tomorrow morning. We're fine by 1:30, doing fine, but in comes that deck of clouds. Within that deck of clouds, some instability, and you could fire up not just an isolated shower, but an isolated downpour or storm. And that would be the problem if it takes place in the areas that were hit so hard yesterday. There's 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Here we go now, early morning, 1 a.m. on Thursday. They're peppered out there, especially south of New York City. Could go a little farther to the north as well. As you go through Thursday, we keep watching for them to pop up, because bigger heat on Thursday. We're just not seeing those indications. So it's a possibility, but it's just not overwhelming. So what do we see for tomorrow in terms of how much rain? Well, the models are all in agreement. The graph and the HER are both saying it's like a ½ an inch or less. But watch out. We see that little flash of purple. That could be an inch or more. Just know that's a possibility, because you see it on the map, and we could have it in the area, and an inch would be a problem for anybody out there. Let's get to the 7-day. Got lots to talk about here. We're going to be 90 tomorrow and 92 on Thursday. So the heat alone merits a first alert, but there's also the possibility for one of those isolated storms to trigger some flooding. Friday, you're 88. Overall, we're looking a little bit better right there. And Saturday right now, 86, looking nice, the nicer half of the weekend, because Sunday comes with a chance for a shower or storm. But I'll say this about Sunday. I don't think it's a whole washout. I think it's the second part of the day. I think the weekend right now looking pretty good. Want to do something?
I would love to do something. Let's get through the next 2 days, because it sounds as though the heat is definitely going to be a factor.
Yeah, the humidity coupled with the heat is the problem.
All right. Thank you, Lonnie.